A number of years ago, I was visiting an elderly member from our community who was ill in their stately older home in the suburb of Houghton. I went upstairs and I noticed that her windows had bars on them, but only halfway up. The upper half of the window was exposed. I asked her what the purpose of bars on windows that only go halfway up, and she explained, those bars were not placed there to keep intruders out. Those bars were placed there to preserve the safety of the inhabitants of the home, that God forbid no person should fall out of a window, thus the bars making sure people inside were safe. That's in fact one of the commandments of this Shabbat. If you build a home and it has a flat roof and you invite people into a place or space in your home that could be vulnerable and could be dangerous, make sure that you set up the right fences to protect the safety of people that come into your home. Maybe also applying to a swimming pool in our home where people or children might be invited in and God forbid could come to harm. But at any rate, it got me thinking about the different cautions and protective measures we put into our homes to protect us. Most of us are more concerned about protecting ourselves from external harm. So particularly in South Africa, we have walls and we have fences and we have electric wires on top of our fences and gates and beams in our gardens. We have alarm companies and armed response, all kinds of systems to ensure that our home is protected from any kind of harm that could come from the outside. But there has to be a thought process that relates to protecting the harmony and the wholesomeness of what takes place inside the inner sanctum of our home. Are we putting enough measures in place to protect our children within our home? What they come into contact with, information that is brought into the home, what is beamed in from the outside that is affecting our kids on the inside of our homes? How do we talk to one another? How do we set up boundaries and appropriate systems of behavior to protect each other and the dignity of one another inside of our homes? Last week, we spoke about systems of justice, appointing lawyers and judges and policemen, making sure that there is a crime-free society. This Shabbat, we turn our attention to what takes place within our society, within our environments of work and home. We speak about marriage and the respect that is required. We speak about our relationships with children. We speak about being sensitive to the needs of the orphan and the widow. And we speak about returning lost objects, and we talk about helping an animal that is falling under its load and its burden. We speak about not having slander come off our tongue or our lips. We speak about the fact that it might be good that we defend ourselves by having a crime-free society. But what steps are we taking inside of our homes to preserve the wholesomeness of a Jewish home? Are we putting the bars or the systems into place to make sure that our children are surrounded by a safety, happy, wholesome, peaceful environment that allows them to flourish? So this Shabbat we add and we say it's not just about ensuring that the bars hold out the external intruder. We have to set up the right parameters and the right order in our home to preserve what we really want to bring into our home: the peace and the harmony, the healthy environment and relationships that take place inside. Let us have a beautiful Shabbos and a step closer to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where all of these thought processes are so relevant in our preparation for a new year. Have a beautiful Shabbos.